middle class is known for its resilience, hard work, and ability to aspire. In fact, their contribution in national growth is one of the essentials to catapult India into the next generation growth. Over the years, the government has been moving forward in the direction of enabling greater comfort for the middle class through various ways. From a bloc that was fighting for recognition, middle class is now aspiring, flourishing, and achieving.
देश में जो कदम उठाए गए हैं, उसने एक सामान्य मानवी का, खास करके मेहनतकश मध्यम वर्गीय परिवार का ये भरोसा लौटाया है कि उसका भी अपना घर हो सकता है, अपना मालिकी का घर हो सकता है.
Owning a house of one's own is a dream for many. The Modi government has not only made it more affordable to own a house, but also introduced measures to secure investments in housing projects, which often includes home buyers' life savings. As the Atmanirbhar Bharat announcements rolled out in May 2020, the middle class dreams of owning a house were given a further boost through the extension of the interest subvention scheme. The government also went ahead and got the banks to offer a moratorium on their existing housing loans for a period of 3 months, even extending it for another 3 months till August 2020. In the meantime, the Reserve Bank of India also moved forward to refund additional interest charged to users who had availed the moratorium benefit. Further, under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, incentives and reliefs have been provided for the real estate sector. The Rs 10,000 crore special refinancing facility for supporting housing finance companies, the Rs 45,000 crore partial credit guarantee scheme for non-banking financial companies, and Rs 30,000 crore special liquidity scheme for microfinance institutions, NBFC and HFCs give projects stranded due to COVID-19 disruption and otherwise a lifetime, giving the dreams of the middle class a chance for fulfillment.
मेट्रो के इन प्रोजेक्ट की सबसे बड़ी खासियत ये है कि ये आने वाले वर्षों की जरूरतों का आकलन करते हुए भी बनाए जा रहे हैं. यानी जो आज इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है, उससे हमारे शहरों को आने वाले कई सालों तक बेहतर सुविधाएं मिलेगी.
The Modi government has brought a new vision for urban transportation, easing lives of middle class. As highlighted even in Budget 2021, work has been going on metro rail projects for the city of Delhi, Bengaluru, Kanpur, Agra, Chennai, Nagpur, Pune, Kochi, Patna, Bhopal, Ahmedabad, Surat, and Mumbai. To further boost rapid deployment of metro systems at lower costs without compromising on experience, convenience and safety, 2 new technologies, Metro Lite and Metro Neo, shall now be deployed in Tier 2 cities and peripheral areas of Tier 1 cities. This means the neo middle class of smaller cities will also enjoy the fruits of better connectivity. Budget 2021 also announced a Rs 18,000 crore scheme to support augmentation of public bus transport services. The scheme, designed to be both a growth avenue and a public transport facilitator, aims for innovative PPP models to finance, acquire, operate and maintain over 20,000 buses, in turn creating jobs, economic growth and enhancement of mobility for urban residents.
आज मुझे खुशी है कि जो मूलभूत आवश्यकता है ईज ऑफ लिविंग के लिए, और जिसमें से आत्मविश्वास पैदा होता है, और एक बार गरीब के मन में आत्मविश्वास भर गया, गरीब खुद गरीबी को चुनौती देने की ताकत के साथ खड़ा हो जाएगा. गरीब किसी का मदद के मोहताज नहीं रहेगा. तो मेरा अनुभव है.
The government gave relief during the pandemic by slashing the EPFO contribution to 10% for employers and employees to enable more cash in the hands of employees to bear through the difficult times. Additionally, an important initiative in the form of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana was launched in November 2020. Under the Yojana, the government pays the entire employees and employers' contribution, that is 24% of wages, towards EPF in respect of new employees in establishments employing up to 1,000 employees during the period from October 2020 to June 2021, and also those re-employed after having lost their jobs due to COVID-19. Further, as part of the efforts to support the working people, the government allowed non-refundable advances from EPF accounts to EPF members.
Today, I'm glad to say that Digital India is no longer being seen as any regular government initiative. Digital India has become a way of life.
Digital payments have seen a sharp rise, especially during the pandemic. People, ever wary of contracting COVID, have increasingly started to see the benefit in going digital with payments. This has been enabled by an accommodative environment that has encouraged the fintech industry to grow, creating jobs and ensuring ease of living. Just going by the growth in UPI numbers over the years, and one sees how the middle class has led the change in financial behavior, reaping benefits from the same. As transactions increased over 2,000 times in volume from 2016 to 17, and the value of transactions also increased 40-fold. The clear picture emerging is that the use of digital payments for everyday transactions is now a matter of fact for the middle class. The middle class that has time and again proven to be a great force multiplier needed the government to respond to their concerns. The Modi government, on its part, has not only responded to them, but is always on a lookout to take an extra step to ease their daily lives and interactions of the people with the government. With structural nudge from the leadership that is deeply rooted in the ethos and values of the land, they are proudly asserting their national identity worldwide. The aspirational class is now soaring.
मध्यम वर्ग को जितने अवसर मिलते हैं वो अनेक गुना ताकत के साथ उभर करके आते हैं। मध्यम वर्ग को अनेक विध नए अवसर चाहिए, उसको खुला मैदान होना चाहिए, और हमारी सरकार लगातार मध्यम वर्ग के इन सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए काम कर रही है। मध्यम वर्ग मिरेकल करने की ताकत रखता है।